What's up, guys? This is Mr. Jamvid, and today we are back on the Pokemon Showdown server. And we're back with the same team. Now, very interesting live yesterday. As you guys know, I don't want to spoil too much if you haven't seen it. But it was a rougher live than usual. And a lot of you guys enjoyed that, which I'm glad. And it made me think, because I got quite a few comments saying, "Oh, Jam, don't stop. We love the road." And so I got curious. I'm like, is it the road? Because I was thinking like stopping not because I was losing, because I think that's what the perception was. It's like, oh, because we're losing now. No, that has nothing to do with anything. Um, the challenge part, meaning like having a loss cap, meaning I can only lose a certain amount, is what gives it that challengingness. If that wasn't there, it'd just be me playing, and there'd be no like that tension that was there in the beginning if you've been following it. And so that's really important for my own entertainment, for my own focus, because like I kind of took that off, and I can see it in my willingness to just make silly mistakes, because I'm like, we're already past that phase. Whether that's intentional or not, I rather have that sort of that somethingness to every game. So that's really what my thing. But a lot of you guys seem to be enjoying this, so I'd like to know what about it you're enjoying. Is it just the fact that it's higher ladder, because I can just do that on another alt, or this one and it's just not road to top 10? If we get to top 10, sure. Or is it the fact that it's intentional? What about it are you enjoying? And I'm going to be using the same team again for two reasons. One, I have to live by what I say, and the losing is good factor, the persistence factor, not attaching to your results. While that wasn't the case, I can see how it can be perceived as that, because you're focusing, oh, he's not winning, so he's not having fun. I actually had a blast yesterday. But more importantly, I want to see, now that I'm playing earlier in the day, how much of it being like just a super long day affects my playing, and how much of it is okay. I'm not super familiar with these sets, these roles, and all that stuff, and how much of that is a factor. So I'm sorry for the long introduction, but I just wanted to test those things out, as my opponent is 17 and we ended at 1871, so not too far down. It's just we lost probably 60 points yesterday in total. And so let's break this down. He's very weak to Tapu Fini. In fact, it can single-handedly sweep him. I'll just need the Kartana gone. It's not easy. He's also very weak to Tapu Koko. I just need Swampert gone. It's a little easier to be done than removing Cart, because Swampert is forced in on Heatran, and Garchomp is forced in on Heatran. So Heatran's defensive purpose is to help me with what? I'd actually say Scizor. Scizor is actually offensively threatening. So I don't want to give up Heatran too easily, because that Scizor could be a problem. I don't have a fire move, and if it SDs, I'm done. In fact, if it SDs and it's fast, I might be done too. But we'll be, superpower drops defense. I can deal with it then. Kartana upon Swords Dancing, pretty good. Lander is going to be important for helping with Swampert. Torn, it's damn good, damn annoying. And then we're going to aim to endgame with, let's assume Swampert first, but it's Garchomp first, which is interesting, which makes me think he's defensive, because Lando is a horrible matchup for you. If he edges, I'll live. Yeah, I was thinking like that doesn't make a lot of sense unless you're defensive Chomp. So Toxic there means I can remove Stealth Rocks. Oh, Scizor comes in, that's even better. He should fear Heat Wave, but he doesn't. Is he Roost? He knocks. Okay, I'll take that. I'm surprised how he's playing this. But the Scizor being weakened, and he saw Hurricane did nothing, so he Spadef for sure. One more Hurricane would do a lot of work. I wanted Rocks up, but trading This Scizor being at 45% for my Torn is like a great trade. Please hit. Thank you. Awesome. So, obviously, it's really struggling with Torn. I'm just thinking positionally what's better, giving him potentially 50% off my Finny, or going Heatran and give him the free switch in the Garchomp. Because it's Scizor so low, I'm more open to that because I figured he'd U-turn. I didn't think Swampert would be his initial. I wonder what his Garchomp is if Swampert's in here. Because, let's think. Would be Mandibuzz. I don't want Torn Rocked. Swampert. So I'm actually gonna go on the offensive here, even though I know. Okay, Focus Punch or something? Is this Focus Punch? Why do I think Focus Punch is coming? Why would you have Substitute? Am I about to die? So be it, if that's the case. Okay, it's not Focus Punch. I don't know why I was like, is he about to focus? But I didn't want him to like randomly curse. Sub Ice Punch. Ice Punch literally missed. Which is mad disappointing. So removing Mandibuzz's item. Oh, it's Garchomp. So it's Helmet Chomp. Not surprising there. And I'm open to getting Lando poisoned. Not open to it. That's not the right term. But it's not the end of the world for me. I want these bands up. He could Toxic, which is fine. It's not fine, but it's not the end of the world, as I said. Since it's sub Swampert, it makes things a little trickier, but he's getting more and more weak to Heatran. Soon he might just lose to Heatran by itself. So we're going to U-turn here. I'm surprised Mandibuzz is his initial switch. I'm fearing potential Toxic Mandibuzz, but I don't see why you'd Toxic a... So if we're aiming for a Torn endgame, currently Torn is damn dangerous. Because I could go Mandibuzz, Thingy, and go for Dazzling Gleam, which would weaken the Swampert. I doubt he'll not go hard Swampert here. Does he have Toxic? U-turns. Okay, that didn't make sense. Just to stay into U-turn doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Okay. So what do I want to keep at the utmost? Torn for Scarf Cart on the off chance that gets out of hand. I don't think I'm going to be keeping my... Actually, no. Yes, I can go Finny here. Swampert shouldn't do even... I wanted to go Lando first. But yeah, like I was like, maybe he'll do something like that. Obviously him... Oh, it's... Ooh. That's no bueno. So he's max with F then, if he's bulk up. Ugh, that's annoying. So we're double calling here. He should Fear Taunt. But if he subs again, it's fine. Earthquake. So now he should sub as, or Waterfall predicting Lando. Yeah. And so now I can burn him and I'm outside of the range of, EQ. So I'm trading Finny for Coco. But with a calm mind, I now sweep. And I set up versus Mandibuzz. Well, if the cart isn't Scarf. Sacred Sword should... Doesn't matter. Sax Chomp. So I have a couple things that win. That is just, it's cutting it close. Like Torn wins technically. Tran technically wins as well. Is it better to give him the sax? Let's say he turns. U-turns in a Swampert. But he's Ice Punch, so he has no water move, which doesn't actually matter too much here. So let me say I let him U-turn. If he Shadow Ball locks, I get to go to Heatran. The Scizor can't. Well, it could. Yeah, split that Scizor, so I doubt it. Okay. What I'll do is if he commits to U-turn, force Swampert in, Lando on Swampert as he. Yep, I knew he'd do it that time. It's max defense. I assume, man. I really want. Okay, so it allows me to Toxic. And he, okay, perfect. So Mandibuzz would be amazing here. So that should be game. Unless the Mandibuzz unless his Scarf card or the Mandibuzz has Toxic. There is no way he's taking less than 35% to a boosted, like this is essentially specs. This is coming off. So this is like a spec Shadow Ball. But just to make sure, Tapu Koko. Like Koko is dumb weak, but I'd be mad disappointed if I took say choice specs to Swampert. Yeah, OU pivots at max with F max. Dazzling Gleam does 30 to 30. Wow, that is stupid disappointing. That is dumb disappointing. Like that is an embarrassment. It does 30. Yeah, I'm reading that right. It does 30 to 35. It does 30 max. How embarrassing. I don't want to play this out. Got a couple options. Man, that sucks because the Mandibuzz got away, which means it would have been Earthquake Spam City. But at this point, he can't guard against Electric, so whenever my Koko comes and it gets a kill, it's just... And my Heatran is really problematic. So he should die to Hazard here. I mean, die to Toxic here. Heatran comes in, and what do you do? Or Koko comes in. Yeah. Bolt is the fastest amount he has left. Well, somewhat. So, Sack Scizor, that's fine. So, can't guard against Dazzling Gleam now. Cart could only... I could get crit down by Bolt if I'm not careful. I just don't want... The only thing he could do to KO me is SD and... be Speed Boost. Speed Boost doesn't run. He knocks. I might kill him. Knock did 54. I think that's choice banded. I don't think it matters though. You know, I guess it, you know, opening myself up for a bit of luck here. You know, obviously if he's Scarf. Okay, so he's not. So Polt, he needs a lot of luck because Polt has to luck Koko. Yeah, so he doesn't get it. He got the split F drop, but he doesn't get a crit. He needed 2 crits, one on Torn and one on... Actually, may have not needed one on Torn. But yeah, a little cleaner game. I think just knowing him having two ground types made it a little trickier. But I guess since Garchomp was weak to Gleam, I'm actually very, very embarrassed by how little. I mean, I get Swampert is bulky, but you're telling me like a Specs. Again, I think of it as Shadow Ball from coming off a stat can only do 30. I listen. I'm not dissing Swampert. Swampert has earned its stripes, but like, come on, man. I expected a lot more from that. So a better game there. I think that was almost a case of having too many win cons, and I really had to narrow in on one. So, for example, throwing away Finny to weaken the Swampert, because it's just very unlikely I was winning with Finny there. Also, I'd like to know what Kartana that was. Knockoff did 54% to a Heatran. I want to wait. I think up a Heatran over here, right? Yeah. I want to say it has to be choice banded. That's how you gather knowledge. Yeah, 54. He is choice banded. Okay, so that was good info. He's 1986 OLT Zarude. I love this guy's team. Love it. And he has a Zarude, which shuts down Finny. Finny's my go-to guy. I don't know why I thought I saw a rain team here. Finny's gonna be my go-to guy. CM Coco wins for sure. We just need to get the toxic or just a lot of value taken off Seismitoad. That's phase one. He's super torn weak, super torn and Coco weak. Lando's purpose is going to be to help to shut down the Dragonite Heatran for Volk. And then again, aim for either Coco or Finny. So I'm probably never going to send those out. And to be fair, the nature of his team doesn't force me to. His only offense is D-Knight, which I can use Lando somewhat for. He's also very weak to so Seismitoad comes out. I really want this thing's item gone, but at the same time, I think he could have Knock. I think he could have Toxic. I'll taunt first. Yeah. I was hoping that I could catch this thing's item here, but I mean, I get to remove something else's item at worst, so it's not the end of the world. It's just, again, I really didn't want my Torn Toxic here, so that was my opportunity to take away his Seismitoad's leftovers and health, and he might not allow that again. But the thing about it, right, is just whose item do you want to give? So besides Seismitoad is who he's gonna give. Let's see how much Hurricane does. This is an important turn. Like, it'd probably be better to go Finny here, because I can double taunt. I force in Zarude, which gives me back my Torn Switch, which is a better position. If I miss Hurricane here, then he gets to double Scald here, especially if he burns. So the correct play is just to go back to Finny, taunt, and then go back to Torn, unless he has Knock on this, but I don't see why he wouldn't have knocked. Unless, well, I guess this is your rocker, so maybe he's thinking, well, no, I still think you knock there. If you get to sneak in rocks at some point, it'd be better for me not to have my boots. Yeah, and now I get to go back to Tornadus. Well, that's not true. Might not even be necessary, because one would assume this Zarude straight up. Zarude straight up means Torn, but if he's banded Zarude, that doesn't help me. Draining. Okay, he's leaving it in to do what? So he does have knockoff. Okay, hey. So he has knockoff, stealth rock, probably EQ, last mover, toxic. He might not have EQ, which means I get to Draining Kiss again here. So Corviknight rears its ugly head, which is interesting because I know he knows I'm taunt. I could see him double switching out to Zarude here because he risks the burn, doesn't care. Okay, and so Torn is in now, which is interesting because, you know, I have my Tapu Koko. Like, he's super weak to Koko, even if I wasn't choiced. I mean, even if I wasn't CM. I'm gonna Calm Mind first. Okay, so he's Hurricane. Okay, I just needed to know if he was plot, because I saw one yesterday and it hacks me down. So now he has to risk hitting Hurricane. Uh, he does. Oh my, not again. Not again. I'm not gonna risk Coco here. Man, that's really this particular shit here is really frustrating. Cause now I can't tell if he'll stay to risk it. Okay, he does. What's up with people in that? He stays in to risk it and lives. Okay, that's not good. I didn't think he could possibly live. That's really bad. I wonder if they EV it to live. How could he have lived that? That means he's definitely slower than my Torn. How the fuck did he live that? And his 2 hurricanes in a row. It is what it is. Super against super weak to Torn. Super weak to Torn. Corviknight's leftover is gone, but obviously he's gonna commit to U-turn. Corviknight comes in again. Taunt. That's a huge miss. I mean a huge survival. I don't think, how the fuck did he survive an electric terrain boosted? So here comes Torn. How the fuck did he survive an electric terrain boosted? Okay. So now he has to play with. So now he's getting to the point where Cart is gonna destroy him, or he's playing with a lot of luck. You taunt here on the odd chance he tries to plot. Plot would make sense, right? And this covers for Corviknight coming in and a hurricane, right? So he toxic here. It's just really sucks because I know Coco was gonna eat him up, and so I guess I just have to, like, that's knowledge gained, right? I guess Nasty Plot Torn is picking up in usage. Yeah, that really sucks. I'd have to run that calc. Man, Coco, you disappoint me, man. That was your moment. Like, I knew you'd stay in, and if I killed a Torn there, this game was over. Because then Cartana was just gonna eat him alive. It still can. It's just, you know, a lot harder now. To toxic my Torn here would be amazing for him. He loses a lot of momentum if he doesn't toxic. If he rocks, so be it. But I think he should toxic here if he has it. But he rocks. Very interesting that he keeps committing to Torn because he has to hit Hurricane and he's not max special attack. So like, I don't get why Torn is his initial. So now he goes a Rude, which I think, you know, made the most sense from Jump Street. Could see him doubling the Corviknight Power Whip. Okay. So right now my Heatran is my biggest asset. I'll need to connect my moves, but rocks don't really help me right now. Nothing on his team is really. Torn is probably boots, Volk is boots. You know, the root taking rocks is cool. The root taking rocks is cool. So Torn is his initial play, which I'm fine with because that allows for me to tran. So I really need to hit this Magma Storm here. Yeah, I'm not thrilled with my position at the moment. Every Dragonite and his mom runs EQ these days. So the assumption is that you know I know. It's just a matter if it's dual wing beat or not. Or it's Ice Punch. Because Storm Zone likes to run Ice Punch. So he DDs. And based on that decision, I'm guessing it's Ice Punch. But I lost my item on Finny, so I'm not safe. This is his main Dragonite. I mean, Heatran answer. No way it's dual wing beat. Okay, so he has substitute. Interesting. Maybe DD dual wing beat. I'll calm mind again here and draining kiss. Let's see what the, yeah, it's DD dual wing beat. Dual wing beat is doing so little. And if you're Dragon Knight, so he can't touch. Actually, this is great. He can't touch. I wouldn't say can't touch. That's not the right word. Oh yeah, I still have my boots. Blessings. He doesn't do well versus. I guess his nasty plot probably. Hurricane Focus Blast. This is an important turn. He doesn't do well versus my my Heatran. Like, quite frankly, Heatran can beat the rest of his team by itself. Heatran and Landers. So, but if this nasty plots and gets out of hand, I'm fucked. So I gotta play with a bit of Hurricane luck and him going for that and hitting it and all that and getting confusions and stuff like that. But gonna do is defog here. Again, the likelihood of him hitting a like, you know, hit 2 when it mattered versus Coco. And you can just see how, like, the fact that he has no EQ on his Dragonite, or he has EQ dual wing beat. But these rocks are really fucking punishing me. I need them gone. And obviously now my Hurricanes are 100% accurate. Nice. So he gave me his rocker, which is huge, and he can't really shut down the Torn anymore. So obviously I'm gonna taunt again. I'm definitely faster. Knock. So Heatran here. I don't know if he should Hurricane again. Yeah. Toxic here makes the most sense. Covers D-Knight and covers excellent. What double could you make? Because the obvious lander is, it's just a question if this has EQ. So is it worth toxicing him? Or is it better to U-turn and try to hit 2 Hurricanes? Actually, the Torn switch was super obvious. I should have went to my Torn on his. This was like stupid obvious. He needs a lot of luck. He'd need like a lot of luck. So what I'm gonna do is, oh, he has good. He has taunt. Okay, that's good. That's a good play right there. Did not expect taunt. So it's probably taunt focus blast then. So the question is, it just comes down to so much luck. Like, I have quite a few things that can take on his Mons. Torn Loki wins. Heatran wins. He has to hit He has to hit Focus Blast. He has to hit Hurricanes. I have to hit Hurricane. And Coco just avoided all this. But now I know T-Bolt never kills. So I won't make that mistake. Well, I won't say never kills, but he can live Thunderbolt. Heatran would need to hit the Magma Storm. Ugh. I want to play it in a way where, if possible, I'm going to Toxic here. If he taunts, that's a risky fucking play. But at the very least, I can bring it down to where, okay. So he probably has Focus. I mean, no way you would. I'll go Finny here to see if he has it. That's what I needed though. My Torn is at full. What's his other move? So he's just hurricaning down. Okay. Torn takes 40 something. So I'll go to my Torn and go to my Heatran. I just need Torn, Heatran, and yeah. I guess Hurricane is all he's got. Because if he loses this, he loses to Cart. It's such an interesting game this one has been. Maybe it's Heat Wave. Heat Wave is his other move. It's not. He doesn't have Focus Blast. Okay. Yeah. Heat Wave is his other move. So he could never beat Heatran then. Okay. Like now, like Heatran is especially with a toxic Dragonite, it's a huge issue. So if he goes Volk, because Misty Terrain is gone, unless he wants to double to like Corviknight or something. It's fine. We'll get Rocks up. And get that free switch out into Tornadus. It offensively does the best. Heatran would have been good there too, but if I missed the Magma Storm with it between his pressure and all that stuff, you know, it gets annoying. So, like, what is he gonna switch into my Torn, right? What is he gonna do? So I've seen Iron Head, cool. Just not care. I mean, it doesn't really matter what I go for. He struggles with Torn plus Heatran now. Right. I could see Volt coming in. Volt coming in though doesn't really solve your problem because Dragonite's the only thing you have that could even dream of touching. Because double is a root maybe. No. Okay. Is it sub bulk? Okay. Please hit. Thank you. Nice. You know, obviously the Magma Storms matter. Nice. I wasn't sure if I wanted to waste another Magma Storm there. But Zarude is slower than Cart, so even if he bulks up, it's a wrap. Yep. Because I guess U-turn here, go to Cart and Sacred Sword for that swift killing. Right. Back to Tran we go. The games should be over now. Yep. So you know, at least on the surface things look like it played out differently as a result of me playing earlier in the day, you know, thinking the team out, like thinking a little bit more clearly as I go through the game. So we're 19-11 again. I think I mentioned in the beginning that this wasn't going to be a super long one, but I just wanted to get this in before my day started taking off with me, or whatever I'm trying to say. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.